All right, my dear, we are just gonna dive in. It is day. What day is it? What day is it? It's day 88, and we still about that action. We hit play. We're here. We're ready. We're rolling. I don't care how you feel. How are you showing up? I actually do care how you feel. I think that's really important. But sometimes you gotta whisper that little part of you that wants to get you off center. I don't care how you feel. This is what we're doing. I had to give myself the little pep talk a little bit. And here we are. Happy day 88. Happy day 88. So, yesterday we talked about intense cravings and how you don't necessarily need food. You don't necessarily need that hookup. You don't necessarily need those likes. You don't necessarily need that, whatever your vice is, whatever your thing is. Even if it's societally conditioned to look healthy or look anything that you are having a compulsive reaction to in order to escape current emotions, current feelings, current currents. Breezy's hanging on, but she here. Breezy's hanging on, but she here. How about you? Is you here? Is you here? The worlds are they're fusing. I can understand when people say, yeah, I'm actively starting to leave your body. There's not much weight or resistance or substances kind of holding you down, keeping you heavy, keeping you weight. So cause and effect. You start experiencing some things that you may typically not have, or being more so sensitive to energies, picking up on people's perceptions, picking up on people's motives, picking up on if you even like this energy that is being presented with you. And it is nighttime, so I always make sure to put my blue light glasses on. So let me just start there. We just sat down and hit record. Me and the dog, we just got home and we're like, wow, I still have some water to drink. I still have my tinctures to take. Oh, what is that? What is that? Look, I didn't even take his vest off. He heard me. This is my little makeup cart. Is that distracting? Okay. I'll put it to the side like that. How about that? How about that? Why haven't I put it like that? So with fasting, I haven't done this in years, but I wear makeup every day now. Hi, oh, guest appearance. Hold on, we gotta pause for the guest appearance. Come talk to me. Come on this way, right here. Hi, baby. Just, I was like, take this vest off me. As you know, this is my white son, Raj. Raj, say hi. Raj means king, little king, kingdom in Hindi. Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. So he's like, we're home. Take this off me. My boy's 10 years old. You've been rocking in the game for a minute now. You want to say something? That's all you get. We are stewards of our energy. We don't perform anymore. So if he doesn't want to perform, he doesn't have to perform. Okay? Is that all you want, Rush? Bubba? Bubba? Is that all you want? Yeah? You good? You want to go to bed while mommy finishes? Yeah? Okay. I love you. Mm. Oh, the joys of motherhood, huh? Okay. So yesterday we talked about liberation, how you don't need your vices, you actually need liberation. So you won't have such a distorted relationship, such a compulsive relationship with things outside of you. And eventually, you learn to stop seeking the things outside of you for justification, for happiness, for laughter, for relief, for emotional regulation. The point is to be so regulated to know to be aware of your vices, to be aware of your compulsions, to be aware of your emotional needs, because the start of that awareness is the start of you putting those things at bay, really understanding why you do what you do, and actually being able to supplement or completely change how you get that feeling. You're going for a feeling, and your brain has taught you this is the only way. Food is the only way to get to that feeling. Sex is the only way to get to that feeling. Attention is the only way to get to that feeling. That's what we're trying to break liberation from. We're trying to break the cycle. Your mama did it, your pappy did it, your grandpappy did it. Do you want that outcome? If yes, wonderful. Stay on that track. If no, you would like to explore different options, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. We are here for a limited amount of time. We have more resources than ever at our disposal. Why not try to figure this stuff out? So today we're going to talk about what freedom actually looks like in your body, like somatic, experiential, like why you connect to certain things and how you can really understand why you connect to those things, because you will be seeking it through people. You will be seeking it through opportunities. Oh my gosh. Speaking of opportunities, I'll leave that a little late in the video. Um, it's a form of connection, whether it's connection, like you feel more grounded when you do these things, when you feel more love when you do these things, you feel more at peace when you do these things. Like we're just trying to we're here to just trying to figure out why. We talk about freedom like it's this bubble of an idea that we're always kind of just striving for. And if you're in America, we pride ourselves on having freedom, freedom of speech, freedom for entrepreneurship, freedom for whatsoever, whatever you've been conditioned to think what freedom is. But real freedom is something you actually feel in your body. It's a sensation. It's a lightness. It's woo. What brings me joy today? What brings me fulfillment today? It feels very different than I actually expected. So I thought freedom would feel like excitement, like energy, constant happiness, just yeah. When I think of freedom, I think of me going down the highway on my motorcycle. Like nothing can touch me, nothing can stop me, no hurdles, no nothing like that. But real freedom is much more quieter. It's much more grounded than that. Freedom actually looks like space. Fewer thought or I- if you hi honey. Hi babies. Like we got to go. Hi honey. Oh gosh, the dog needs dinner. Oh, that's why he keeps on coming over. Oh Lord, let me wrap it up soon. The dog needs dinner, and he gets his dinner prepared, sweetheart. He is the only carnivore in the house, and he has the right to be. Okay? Freedom feels like space, more room to breathe, less tightness in your chest. Your lungs can actually expand, whether you're using your lungs or your diaphragm. It doesn't feel like you have a freaking straitjacket on. It doesn't feel like you're prone to a panic attack at any moment. It feels like less noise in your brain. Fewer thoughts are pulling you in different directions. You have fewer windows open of the things you have to do, the things you're obligated to do, or you think you're obligated to do. Where you have to perform, things that you have to probably show up in a certain way. It feels like groundedness. It feels like calm. It feels like neutrality. You're not chasing a high. You're not avoiding the low. You're not avoiding loneliness. You're not trying to chase this relationship to feel fulfilled. You're not trying to gorge in the freaking Arby's line to not feel this depression and onset emotions from your past decisions and the compulsions you have that something else has control over you. It feels like safety, like you're not constantly in a rush. You're not constantly trying to fix things. You're not constantly trying to be perceived in a way. You're not constantly trying to sell yourself of why you're so great or why you're so deserving or why you have these fucking entitlement issues. Freedom doesn't feel like actually intensity. It doesn't feel like going down the highway at 120 miles per hour. It feels like ease. It feels like being able to pause before, after something stimulates you, pausing, and then actively choosing to decide, do you actually want that wampa or do you actually need some sunlight? Are you actually thirsty? Um, could have this been triggered because you were in traffic and your body was getting stressed? Because your body knows before your brain registers it, you know? And you're giving yourself the space to not be so fucking reactive, that you're actually proactive. You already have your water with you. You already have your juices with you. You already have your digestive enzymes. You already have your tea prepared. I don't play. I don't play. It's already prepared for you. So, what's it? You have the space in the room to actually make decisions that will vote for your higher and better self and not for your lower self. You actually sit with yourself to process your emotions and not try to bypass it. And if you feel sadness, oh, I shouldn't feel sadness. I should be happy. I should be grateful. Yeah, girl, of course. There's a time and place. Majority of my actions are through gratitude, but I also have to give myself space in the room to process, what is it? Process sadness, process anger, process whatever perceived resentment or bitterness that I have accumulated over the years because I made a story mean something that it had no business meaning. Easier said than done, sweetheart. Mind you, we've been in the game for a little bit now. We've been rocking at this for a little bit now. So there's less urgency, there's less cravings, there's less internal tension, which is making your back so tight, which is making your migraine show up, which is making you just can't make decisions because you're already in just, I feel for you, girl. It's a very chaotic place to be, but hey, you're used to chaos. You're used to uncertainty. You're used to not seeing things through. That's all that was modeled for you. I understand. I understand. And when you get to this point, just like when you go from dating a bad boy to dating a more reserved gentleman, use your descriptions. I won't use any descriptions. It feels like boredom. It feels like emptiness. It feels like something's missing. The thrill is missing. The chaos. Where's all the uncertainty? Where's all the me having to prove myself? Where's all the performance? I'm used to hyperventilating. I'm used to tap dancing and breathing through a coffee straw. Like where I miss that pressure. And you think because it's said out like that, you're like, no, I want stress relief. I want to eliminate my stress. Honey, baby. You've trained your brain to see chaos as a friend because at least it's something. It's stimulation. It's something to conquer. It's something to accomplish. Oh my gosh, I'm having such a great conversation with this guy I met. Dan, if you ever see this, I know we're in the beginning phases right now, but brother, you add to my day, and I appreciate that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, words and actions of a gentleman who doesn't mind showing you affection, appreciation, and attention. Basically, the three A's that women thrive on. You know, it's wonderful, intelligent, and these are just reminders that people like that exist. You don't have to make it into something. This is not your baby daddy. This is not your husband. Wow, I get to be presented with such amazing people that I have such an abundance mindset. If I can randomly come across this man at this point in time, and other gentlemen that I'm conversing with, imagine what's even more out there. Like, wow. Not saying you have to compare, oh, I'll get something better, I'll get the new model, whatever. But that should give you a breath of like, wow, my energy is really changing because what is being reflected back to me is changing. And of course, use your discretion, ask people questions, get to know people, stop talking so much. We know you're smart, we know you're brilliant, we know you're genius, we know you know everything about everything. Shut up for a second, huh? And let people show you. Lean back and have the things that desire you as much as you desire them. Give them space, that freedom to actively choose to show up for you, to actively choose to call you at the same time every day, to actively choose to call you right when they get off of work. That's how you know a man is really feeling you. If he calls you, you're the first person he thinks about right after work. Oh my gosh, that's a great indicator. That's not the all being, of course. But that's a wonderful indicator. And the more I lean back, the more I give people space to show up and show their intentions and show their motives and show their desires and their wiles. And I get to remain my life force, my energy intact because after doing everything I need to do in my day, yeah, I'm naturally laying back. I'm not, these relationships don't define me. As I told Dan today, I'm like, you are the seasoning. You are the cherry on top. I'm already being fulfilled. I'm fulfilling myself. He had brought up, because he has kids, like most men around my age or the men I attract are typically older. He's, I think, 8 years older than me. So that's expected. And I just ask him like, how I really don't know how I be coming up with these questions, but it keeps them talking. And that saves me so much energy and me trying like, hey, this is why I'm a great person. I'm funny, I'm smart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you feel it, you feel it. Men have superpowers too. They can pick up on energy. They can pick up on desperation. They can pick up on who's a target, who's not. Oh, hold on. I got to change something real quick. I got to get this thing for the garage. 1 second. Got the shorts. Got the shorts out. Oh, great job. Great job. The weather in Idaho has been wild. Like shorts around this time is wild. It's been and it was a hailstorm yesterday. Like Mother Nature's going through it. This is a really important time. If you're a Kabbalist, Kabbalah, you know about it. This is a really important time right now. Anywho, where was I going? Yeah, leaning back and being in the natural receiving mode because I'm already giving. So I talk about this in every video. I'm like, what can I do for Breezy, for future Breezy? Can I make her tea? Can I make sure her room is clean? She loves this stuff. Can I make sure everything's organized? Can I make sure that I'm putting the right feelers out so I can actually, pay my bills? I told you, the offers that are coming in. Oh my gosh. So if you're new here, I got 3 job offers last month without anybody ever seeing my resume. One of the girls that had watched me at the farmer's market last year, she knew she was going to poach me. I didn't know that. She was already talking about me years ago. I had no idea. And she finally said, we need you. You're a unicorn. Unicorn, unicorn, unicorn. And it's so funny because Dan's described himself as a unicorn for his last job. And I mean, I kind of already missed this guy already. I missed our conversation, but it's not coming from a lack of scarcity. I'm like, oh my gosh, it adds a little something because the way this man talks is he puts it all on Front Street. And sometimes he gets frustrated with me because I come off very mysterious because I put the focus on them. And I get that. But after explaining to him, a woman's energy is sacred. It is her responsibility to steward her sexuality, her energy, her mental headspace, who she entertains, who she brings and allows around her in her energy. I don't take that lightly. I don't take that lightly because I've seen what it does to me in the wrong hands when people who are irresponsible mangle my energy and I'm left to pick up the pieces. So, no, 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 no. I don't have to force that down men's throats. Like, you are going to respect me. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm going to only talk to you from here and here. What can you do for me? Let it just naturally unravel. If you're genuinely curious and intrigued about this person, you don't have to do much. Come up with a few questions that you just want to know and let them elaborate. I tend to attract deep thinkers, or I attract people who have not taken the time to think as deeply as I think. Both of them are intrigued and both of them want to talk. So it's quite easy, but I'm not looking to really gain anything from this except experience. And I think men can pick up on that and they'll just naturally want to do for you. Especially if you have hobbies, if you already have a fulfilling life, if you're constantly reading, you will always have something to talk about. If you're constantly experiencing new opportunities or new places in your city, or just exposing yourself to new things, you will always have things to talk about. When you're stagnant, when you do the same routine every day, you're not progressing, you're not challenging yourself, you're not going on an identity experiment. What are you going to talk about besides the past and the hypothetical future? And that shit gets stale in a heartbeat. So I feel like fresh blood to people who are doing the same thing: work, go home, Netflix, work, go home, Netflix, work, go home, eat, Netflix, work, go home. And that's all right. You be the fresher breath of air. You be the breath of fresh air. Because you're progressing in at least one area in your life, and people can pick up on that, and it's very energetically attractive. People know when you're doing something different. Um and they can read it on you. You don't have to persuade them. You don't have to tell them. Like, none of these men I've talked to know that I'm fasting. None of them. If they have to ask me to go to dinner, I think it's important for a man to choose the first date. But in this given circumstance, I have to kind of suggest something different. Like, oh, I would love to be entertained, something like that. Oh, I found this really funny comedy show I've been dying to go to. I was gonna go with my girlfriends, but how about, we go? That would be great. And then, like, not all the focus is on you sitting across from somebody, like, looking into their eyes and them having a chance to really read you. The focus is on something else, an external character, and then you'll have something to talk about. You'll have inside jokes, and you get to. I know anthropologically, if a woman can not do as much face to face, because that can be seen as like abrasive. This is just how we're genetically wired. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. If you are in a predicament where a man can only really glance like the side or angle of you, for some reason they find that less threatening. And well, there is a reason. But I find that that works pretty darn well. And it takes the pressure off you just getting infatuated with whatever. Because some of these men, they got game. They got game. And people are lonely, so it's easier. I get it. It's easier now than ever to just want to have intimacy without emotional depth. But why would you even want to do that? Why? I've gone through my life with extended stints of abstinence, but that dog is still in me. That dog is still in me. And it's essentially lust. It's the pursuit, it's the dance, and if you're abstinent, you got to be and please use the right term. You're absent, you're abstaining from whatever. You are not, oh, what's the other word that people constantly use? I'm like, what is the word? Apostle Paul, was it? It starts with a C. But anywho, it's, I'm celibate. Darling, celibate is for like the remainder of your life. You celibate is means you are off it forever. Abstinent means you will clap them cheeks in the future sometime. But at this point, you are getting your human sensations under control. Until you feel you have been invested in, until you feel safe enough, until you feel grounded enough, until you feel this emotional connection, until this person has shown themselves to you. Are you willing to risk exchanging your energy with somebody you thought you knew? That stays with women. I don't know how I understood that concept as a child, even an adolescent. When people around me were having relations, I'm like, don't you like something always told me you exchange energy with people. Like that energy stays with you. I don't know how I knew that, but I believed that as a child. And I still heavily believe it. I think you could pick, if you could share a microbiome with somebody just by being married with them, you start to adapt your neural pathways to somebody just by being in partnership with them. Holy shit, what else is, what you're fusing? You think people look like they're dogs? You actually pick up the patterns of your partner. And if you haven't done your homework, your partner probably has a mental health history in the lineage of his family. He probably has the hunter's gene. He probably has the gambler's gene. But oh no, he's so nice and we're just besties. And yeah, this will do for now. What? 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 This can distort how you see the whole world who you lay down with. You know that. You can pick up somebody's car. I'm not going to get in the woo woo. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. And if you're going to be, slapping it back, do it in integrity. Do it because that's what you want, and not because it's fulfilling some sort of lack or scarcity. You just happen to have a high drive. This is how you get creativity. This is what you were incarnated to do, to throw it back and wobble it around. Okay? I get that. But for the most of us, we are not on that scale. And we will get emotionally affected, hormonally affected. Your health is at risk. Your biology is oh my gosh. Mm, mm, mm. Your mental health is at risk. Girl, play if you want to. Play if you want to. But going back into you missing that chaos, you missing that reaction, when your nervous system finally has a chance to chill the fuck out, when you are no longer dependent on this compulsive reactive behavior, your amygdala, which governs your emotions, your fight, flight, freeze, fawn, it chills out. Take it from my experience. It just relaxes, it chills. You're not just panting like a dog throughout your day. When's the next food? When's the next footstep gonna drop? When's the next bill gonna come? The nervous system is regulated. The dopamine spikes are less extreme. Yes, you will have withdrawals. Yes, you will feel like a void in the beginning. As long as you understand that and you can move accordingly, you will be fine. You will be fine. Don't let your brain think that Armageddon is coming, okay? Just because you gave up sugar or you're fasting for a little bit. You will survive. Millennia of people have survived before you. Your ancestors have survived in way harsher circumstances. I think you will be okay. Be okay. You share the DNA with them. I think you will be all right. Okay. You don't need something to feel okay anymore. You just kind of already are. You know you're resourceful. You know you're certain that things are working out for you in your highest good. You are having this pact with something that's higher than you that you can't readily explain. You allow people just to show you who they are because you allow you to show you who you are. I would crave warm, comforting food because that's how I knew we had food in the house. That's how I knew we were going to be okay. That's how I knew my grandmother or my mother was in a good mood. That warmthness. But what am I really craving that I want this sprite. It provided me safety. It provided me consistency. It provided me, oh my gosh, I'm taken care of for today. Now, how can I show up for myself in those day-to-day actions to show myself, Breezy, I got you. We're not in scarcity. I can take care of you. It's my joy to take care of you. Body, it's my joy to take care of you. Brain, it's my joy to take care of you. Going for a walk, being in the sun, going on a juice fast, hydrating myself, taking my liquid vitamins, um, showing my dog I love him, striving for new opportunities. Oh my gosh. Okay. So if you didn't know, my car blew up last year. I have been, I have to word it like this because it's the best way. I have been recovering from my divorce a few years ago, like a few years ago. I don't understand how people bounce back in a year. I'm like, wow, I let this emotionally affect me way longer. And I think I was just in denial because the men, I can only think of really two men where I was like, oh, I'll give him a shot. And one of them was my husband, ex-husband. If you ever do that, I'll give him a shot. He has potential. You better. It's not your fault. Nobody taught you better. Even your family tried to vet him and thought they were all, it was all good. But you met these people when you still had your mask on, when you still knew how to perform. Yeah, you still knew how to be the fun, wifey, whatever. You were on track to get married right at 25. Perfect. You had your degrees, you got the house, you got the cars, you got the motorcycles, you got the white dog. And then one day your body just kind of shuts down because it's been telling you haven't been living in alignment. Even though you thought, oh my God, I did everything right. What's going on? That's all right. You were meant to be broken open so we can expose what's actually in you. So what's deep in you can actually have a chance to surface. But anywho, so yeah, completely took my accounts. I was so sick at that time. I didn't know I was going through perimenopause. I couldn't work anymore. I could barely go up my stairs. I had cystic acne everywhere. And at my lowest point, that's where it all broke. And now the expenses of two people fell on one unemployed person. Talk about building character. And so I never quite, and I always made more money than my ex-husband. And I never quite just, I was like, if I stay low key, if I stay hidden, if I don't go back to corporate, if I don't, let me just figure this out. And then years pass. You're just playing with the bubbles in the bubble bath. You're not cleaning the water. You're not pulling the plug. I have no family support, no nothing. So I know that affected me mentally of how I think. I had brain fog for years. I couldn't barely formulate words or sentences without forgetting what I was saying in the moment. Now that I know it was hormonal, energetic, I was being drained of my life force every moment, every single moment, to the point where my body's like, there is a threat. My body shut down my reproductive system so I would not reproduce with this man because this was the threat. But something in me needed him, something in him. Now you can blame it on your narcissistic ex-husband. You can blame it on your heifer of an ex-wife or whatever. But you were conducting yourselves on the frequency of whether it was taking, whether it was oh, this will do right now. Oh, this is my come up. Oh, yeah, he used to joke about being a stay-at-home dad. And I'm like, that doesn't turn me on. If your whole goal though is to be a father and that reeks off of you, I still, I don't know. I don't know. I would probably still look a little sideways. Like, huh. But if I were to ever have kids, this man, and mind you, my ex already, I think he sent me this random email about he feels the need to, mind you, he's blocked on everything, no contact. Once you cross the Leo, that's it. That's it. And he told me something about how he has kids. I'm like, brother, I didn't even want to reproduce with you. Do you think this is a flex? You abandoned your girl and your dog. You are not a man. I like what are you doing? What are you doing? And you did it in the most sly way. You really want to know a person? Stop giving them benefits. Because right when I just literally learned to play dead because I everything was disintegrating. I had to play dead to get the leech off of me. Then my car was getting taken. Then as he realized that I would not fight for this relationship, the tables turned. And now they want to gut you for everything. So recovering from that has been interesting. Could I have done different modalities? Could I have gotten support in other ways? Absolutely. But I have to give myself grace that I did the best I could with what I had. So my car blew up finally, but last year. I think I had almost 200,000 miles on it. Beautiful car. And I'm still paying off credit cards from that amount of time where I had to pay for rent, utilities. Thankfully, we didn't have car notes, but I found out he bought a brand new truck when he moved back. And after we divorced, I'm like, oh, okay. So I think we had like 1 year left on my car. And when we broke up, he was like, I don't mind paying it. I'll pay for the remainder of the what, yada, yada, yada. Okay. And then a few months later, when he found out we weren't going to work this out, he literally flew all the way from the east, showed up on my door, and said, by the way, oh, yeah, I'm taking your car if you don't pay me these whatever thousands of dollars. So I say, you're going to do this to me? Mind you, I helped this man through his degree. I helped this man get his new job. I helped this man with the business. It don't fucking matter. You were Barbie the Builder. You were the builder. You were the builder. That's okay. That was your role in this life for him. And he was your role for that life. But anywho, so, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that takes, financial stability, financial literacy. Never saw it. So, anyway, I wasn't in a position to get a new car. And so I've been renting cars. I'm like, Breeze is going to find a way. So I've been renting cars for almost a year now. Wow. I've been renting cars. So can you imagine that expense? So as I was getting this job with this my beautiful candle company that I told you guys about, I was like, okay, you know what would really ease my expenses if there was a job where I had a company car. That would be amazing. That would save me $800 to $1,000 a month. Inexpensive. Girl, I randomly saw this job posting about like wheelchair wheelchair transportation. And I'm like, why not? I've driven Uber for years, it's quick cash, and oh my gosh, that would save me so much. Girl, I applied and they called me back. It was been a week, so I almost like kind of gave up. I was like, oh, well, it was a nice idea. And even the candle company that I'm working for, the perfume company that I'm working for, like when we go do shows and vendors, they're like, are the items going to fit in your car? I'm like, yeah, girl. But if I had a van, which this is what this company has, is the Dodge Caravan. It's like tricked out for, wheelchair, and you get to actually keep the van at your house. So you start your day from your house. And I think it's anywhere from like $800 to $1,200 a week, which is all right on top of the other job I'm doing, which only takes about like 25 hours unless we have an event on the weekends. And I'm like, ooh, if I could do like double dip these two, I could actually start really building my finances. Imagine that $800 a month that you pay in renting a car. going to one of your credit cards. Oh, oof, that made me feel sexy. A couple of my credit cards are like 29% APR. Like, what? How? How? Read that fine print. But when you're so in survival mode, when you're so just, I need to make it to the next day, you'll always be leveraging your value. So, anywho, I actually had a conversation. He actually called me for an interview yesterday. We had our interview today. It's supposed to be 20 minutes, but I've always known if I get an interview, it's done, sweetheart. It's done. If I can get in front of you, it's done. So, we had a 20-minute conversation that lasted for an hour. So now I am talking with the owner of the company tomorrow. So I have a meeting with him, which is great because they want to expedite it. I made notes on it like the demand is freaking high. So it's early morning, so it's like it can go from anywhere from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m., which is perfect. You actually lease the vehicle. So it's $25 a day to lease a vehicle, which is less than renting a vehicle a day. You do have to pay for your own gas, but I'm like, I think one of my credit cards, you get points for gas, so that's what I would look for. And but just imagine, okay, $25 a day, so you're working 5 days a week. That's $125. So it's about $500 a month to lease the car, and you're insured. You get on insurance and all that. That's still better than the $600 to $1,000 that you were going to pay anyway, on top of gas, on top of gas. Wait, now that I'm doing the math, I'm like, that caravan is going to be like what, like a hundred. How gas prices right now? I've never noticed really gas prices until now, until people started saying something. I'm like, whoa, $20 used to give me like a full tank. Now it's $45. Interesting. So I can only imagine with the Dodge Caravan, that's probably maybe $150 a week. Oh, they're winning. But hopefully you can write that off with taxes. That's what they're pressing. Like, oh, you can write it off with taxes. I'm like, you guys are still winning. But after expenses, that's still after expenses. After the lease of the car, you're still making anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a week. So I'm like, it's worth exploring. It's worth exploring. I can always go back to what I know. So yeah, I got a interview with the boss tomorrow, which will be fun, hopefully. And I've just remained calm, cool, and collected, and believing and have certainty that everything I need will show up. So this will be great. I know I need at least $1,000 a week to maintain my lifestyle. That's majority going to credit card bills and my upkeep, my juices, my infrared sauna. Raj eats organic. He doesn't really eat kibble. He eats fresh food. Of course, my living expenses. And I'm noticing things are coming in to help me, whether it's men who want to show me a good time or opportunities such like this. And I'm like, well, that'd be wonderful because I can use this van to transport candles. I can use this van to Uber. I can use this van to whatever. I'll have insurance. Hey, cool. So just a possibility. So yeah, if you open your mind to new options, other options just start coming. I honestly didn't expect to hear from them. And I had to have certainty and still feel complete and whole, even if I didn't get this job or even if I didn't get this temporary little thing. It's all temporary. I'm finding out more and more now that I'm working with these ladies in my actual job. Like they are grooming me to be essentially their boss. And I'm like, whoa, it's a lot of responsibility. But aren't you ready? Hasn't your life prepared you for such things like this? The only way you could F it up is if you quit. And you don't do that. So might as well keep going and learn on the way. So if freedom feels quiet to you, if it feels Subtle. If it feels like you leaning back, you're not doing it wrong. You're just not used to peace yet. You're just not used to the quietness, the silence, the settling. It's all right. Give your time space. Give yourself time and space to adopt this new feeling and know it can be easy and know your needs will still get met. Even if you don't perform, even if you don't work till 3 in the morning, even if the resources will come because you are feeling good. You are nourished. You are hydrated. You are satiated. You're laughing throughout the day. You're bringing yourself joy throughout the day. You are aspiring to do new things. You're open for new opportunities. That feeling is attractive. It's attractive. It's attractive. And people can feel it on you. So keep doing what you're doing. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful night. And I will see you tomorrow for day 89. Okay. Love you, baby. Bye.